It's meme coins. They have no value. They never will have value. They will never, ever have value. Stop thinking they will. You degenerates. Grow the hell up.
Hey, everybody, it's Eddie from Tokyo. This is your cryptocurrency update from Japan, and nobody rants or gives a lecture like Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson. We're going to hear a little more from his frustrated feel, which I'm sure many founders actually feel the same because all that liquidity is going into the meme coins instead of their ability to capture the attention and bring the liquidity to token-based models that are not intended to be memes. But let's listen to an XRP community member who loves to participate in the meme culture, and they're doing so on First Ledger. Have a listen.
I like making money too. We saw this one coming a mile away. Doesn't mean Dirk's a bad guy. Doesn't mean anybody did anything wrong or illegal. Maybe Dirk will have the best meme coin ever. I just said, hey guys, it's going to run up, it's going to sell off. There might be an opportunity to arbitrage that. I knew Dirk had a strong community. I knew the Expector community, very strong. And then when I started to see influencers gathering around and everybody getting excited and everybody shilling, I said, okay, we see what's coming. They're just a small little foot soldier that we're about to knock out of our way on our path to generational wealth. And part of that process was absolutely buying in to that token when we saw it coming and absolutely selling off when we had some good profit. I could have sold off more. But the final point that I was going to make is that this token blew up the bubble. This was the initial meme coin pump bubble for the XRP meme coins. It was a nice little ride for the past week and a half. The energy ain't what it was.
Well, Zach was wrong because the meme issuance on First Ledger is going very strong. The 3 top traded memes today by total value lockup is Bear with a $4.6 million market cap, then followed by Drop and ATM. There's lots of volume. There were 5 new tokens issued just in the last hour. Over 3,500 tokens now. That's just in 16 days of the very first trading day. This has got a very long runway. There's a lot of people having a blast. I guess I only have to say, if you're going to play in this space, just play with caution and don't go overboard with how much you risk. So frustrations are running high, and I was kind of surprised to see this. David Schwartz, the CTO of Ripple, said it's been a long time coming, but he's going to adjust his blocking policy again. To date, he'd only twice blocked people for viewpoint, and it was because their viewpoint seriously interfered with conversations and made discussions difficult or impossible. So basically, yeah, I think if you derail a serious conversation with David, you're out of here. But it's true, your X feed is your own carpet ride, so you're free to do whatever you want to do. Block people or lock up those tweets so only a few select people can see. And that's the beauty of the world we live in. You're free to do what you want to do. Some sad news, actually, with a lawsuit that's been filed. It was published in the Northern California Record, and it is linked to, along with the company that sells the pre-IPO shares, Bill Saris, the founder, and Joe Endoso, the CEO, have been accused of serious compliance issues by the former chief revenue officer. He's a long-time pre-IPO private equity guy in the industry, a longtime professional. And the issues include allowing unaccredited investors to participate in offerings, misleading marketing practices, excessive undisclosed markups, and operating without a proper licensing in various jurisdictions. So you can read more by finding that in the Northern California Record. And Bitcoin has sucked a lot of the liquidity out of the market. You can see that it's trading at just above 70,000. And all the other tokens which are tied to the hip have followed suit, and most everything is currently today in the red. There was a very good opinion piece written for CoinDesk, and it is from Marcus Infanger. He's the senior vice president of Ripple X. That's the arm under the company Ripple that really is working so hard to find utility for not only the digital asset XRP, but for the ledger as a whole. And he's talking about how public blockchains will catalyze institutional DeFi adoption. Remember when everything was about CBDCs and now it's all about tokenization? Is this finally, and I'm talking about tokenization, the XRP ledger's killer use case? Because as of to date, yeah, you can't say that we have really identified and executed fully on a killer use case for XRP. I mean, the bridge currency and the payments, that's up still for debate. And Juniper predicts the CBDC market to be at 7.8 billion by 2030. Well, tokenization, that's going to probably unlock 16 trillion by 2030. So it's not a surprise that Ripple has made a pivot towards tokenization. And here's the really good thing. CBDCs were all going to happen on a private permissioned ledger. It really didn't bring any utility to XRP unless it was going to be used as a bridge currency. And as I said, that is still out there for debate. And the tokenization that is being used and for all the benefits is turning out to be really advantageous on the public ledgers. So that's very good for XRP. The new use case also is collateralization, and they collateralize these tokenized assets for DeFi, the decentralized finance. So I think this opinion piece that Marcus wrote is fantastic. I'm going to put a link to it in the description of this video. And I encourage you to follow this use case if you hold the digital asset XRP. We're probably still 10 years out before we have mass adoption because we've got to get over regulation. We have to get through standardization. And we've got a big component that has to be solved, and that's DID, digital identity. Now, the XRP ledger ecosystem is one of many that has started to tackle that problem. This is a very good conversation between the Citi digital assets gal and Catherine Gu, who is the global head of CBDC and tokenization at Visa. Have a listen.
So this is a question that we're asking all of our guests on our mini-series, The Future of Networks. What is your boldest prediction for the future of digital assets? Far out there, can be, as wild as you think.
That's probably the hardest question of all the questions. I think, you mentioned about the digital identity. I think that needs to happen and need to happen on a very large scale. I don't know what it looks like because I'm actually not the expert in digital identity per se. But, as we're dealing so much in the payments ecosystem and looking at tokenization, that's actually one of the biggest hurdle or challenge that I don't think the industry collectively has solved. Maybe because the fact that digital identity is almost like a public good, because if you can solve it by one entity, the power of leveraging that by everyone else in the ecosystem is so huge. Maybe there's a little bit of an underinvestment in this space at this moment. But I do think, if we can solve that, and I don't know if that's a prediction, but if we want tokenization to work, then the prediction is identity has to be figured out. So then, whether it's participating on a public blockchain or on a permissioned, you have some sort of common identifier that, passing through the KYC compliance checks and stuff like that, that will make, I think, the regulated entities a lot comfortable, open to the idea of, say, participating on the public blockchains as well as on permissioned ones.
So you heard it here first on Digital Dispatch from Catherine. Digital identity, digital assets in one wallet will really streamline financial services. So as always, pleasure catching up. We really appreciate your time, and thank you for coming to our mini-series, Future of Networks.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Kalshi, which is one of the most popular and regulated sites where you can gamble on many different things. One of the most popular topics to gamble on right now is who's going to win the election, Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. The point I want to bring up on this is that they started to accept USDC, the stablecoin. And this is probably going to be the quickest adoption we've ever seen for real mass adoption, and that's the stablecoin market. This channel is going to focus a lot on that adoption because this is really the key to the entire ecosystem within finance and within gaming and within Web3. It's really the key to everything transforming and getting onto the blockchain. I'm going to let Charles take you out with the rest of his rant. Yeah, even his rants and his lectures, they're still enjoyable. He's got some passion. All right, everybody, do take care. Sayonara for now. Bye-bye.
You will never make something from nothing. Okay? The prices go up, they go down. And yes, you can have fun with it, and it's gambling at the very best. It's degeneracy at the very least. But what do you expect? Honestly, what do you expect? What is the outcome of this game? You buy a token, and the token goes up a little bit, and a whole bunch of other people rush in, and the token goes up. And then what happens? People dump on you. That's how that game works. It's always worked that way for meme coins. Always will work that way for meme coins. Oh, what about the culture? And what about all this other stuff? And what about this? There's no culture behind somebody taking a picture of me and turning it into a meme coin for the purposes of a pump and dump. It's degen's going to degen. And then what I pointed out, you then take it as a buy signal? How stupid are you? Honestly, I don't endorse meme coins, but we all know that these things have no value. There's no utility behind them. Nobody wants them. When they lose their luster, they go to zero. And it's a useful idiot, the greater idiot theory. It's what it is. That's how meme coins operate. And the reason why meme coins have any popularity right now is people are bored in the bear market. We've gone through 3 years of a bear market, brutal, evil bear market. It's been horrible. And so people got to do something with all this crypto wealth that they have. So they move water from one side of the bathtub to the other side of the bathtub in one great, And some people get very lucky and they create a meme coin that goes to the moon and then it collapses and they move on to the next thing. And one after another, after another, after another, after another. Why do you expect it to be any different at all? Honestly, why do you?